feast in which all stratospheres of society were invited. And in certain potlatches, the host, who tended to be a wealthy person or family, challenged a chieftain to give away more than he was giving away, and thereby gaining more power. And if gifts received were not returned in kind, the gift giver or the receiver of the gift, the wealthy person, their power was diminished. So status and power is given to people who give away what they have. Not by those who hold on to what they have. And in some cultures there were also performances, dancing, all kinds of things associated with this feast. So that the feeling of celebration was certainly very much established. Now, Potlach goes back before the arrival of Europeans on the shores of America. And some of the gifts include foods, canoes, metal, copper, ornaments. Even arrow, warheads, things of that nature. Once the Europeans arrived, however, numerous diseases arrived with them, to which indigenous folks had no immunity. And so, as the population declined, there were fewer and fewer potlatches. Now, potlatch itself was made illegal in Canada in 1884 as part of the Indian Act. And it was also made illegal here in the United States in the late 19th century. And it was considered to be, according to government agencies and missionaries, a grossly useless custom that was seen as wasteful, unproductive, and contrary to civilized values of accumulation. Wow. It's just so upside down, isn't it? But it's certainly, certainly for those who accumulation and greed are the order of the day, I can see how they would not find that to be a productive custom. Anyway, potlatch was seen as a key target to assimilate Native Americans into the agenda of Western Europeans. And so potlatches were banned. And that went on for quite some time. However, the Native Americans just took the custom and culture under their own. Finally, this ban, by the way, did get repealed. It did get repealed in 1951. And the custom of potlatch continues. And in fact, is growing more and more as Native American families seek to reclaim their culture. But I think potlatch really crystallizes, and the aggressiveness towards the ceremony itself really really crystallizes the difference between a society that values people and a society that values accumulation and things. Fascinating stuff. So that's something else that we can think about during Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a celebration in a way in which you are sharing your feast with others. But it happens once a year, and it's usually just with people in a particular circle. So you might think of ways, well, I'm not saying you should, but if you are so moved, you might think of ways in which you can extend that idea, the concept of giveaway. And certainly, as I said, there's an awful lot of opportunities for charity, work, and donations, and that sort of thing. So that kind of tradition carries on. So now let's get to some things you can think about for Thanksgiving, health-wise and wellness-wise. So, one of the things that is a staple in Thanksgiving in a lot of households is mashed potatoes. I love them myself. And so here's a way that we can make it even healthier food. It can sometimes be, after you load it up with lots of cheese and high calorie, high cholesterol treats, it can get to be a little bit artery clogging, shall we say? So here's a way that we can create a mashed potato dish that's maybe a little healthier. It's been referred to as comfort food. Mashed potatoes are sort of comfort food because it brings back memories of the special occasion dinners, Thanksgivings of the past, and even just smaller family dinners that were shared at the dinner table. Years ago, families used to do that. They gathered at the dinner table. My family did that when I was growing up. But these days, a lot of families aren't able to do that. But I digress. So this version of mashed potatoes has a nice mildly sweet flavor and uses parsnips and a little bit of touch of butter, but not enough to add on the pounds. So mashed potatoes and parsnip recipe requires, well, this is a serving of 6. So this serves a gathering of 6 people. So you would want to have 8 medium red or white potatoes, washed and cubed, and then 4 parsnips peeled and cubed. Add a cup of milk and 3 tablespoons of butter, and 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley. Then a little pepper and salt, a teaspoon of each. So you want to put the potatoes and parsnips in a pot with water, and covering them completely with the water, bring it to a boil, and lower the heat to medium. simmer, covered, for about 20 to 30 minutes, stirring occasionally with a spoon. Now, once the potatoes are tender, you can test them with a fork or a knife or whatever. You can drain the liquid, mash the potatoes, grab a potato masher or maybe do it with a spoon. Smooth out the lumps, add the milk and butter, and keep mashing until the potatoes are smooth and creamy. Now at this point, you want to stir in parsley, pepper, salt, and use a wooden spoon to stir it all through till the seasonings are completely mixed in. Then you cover it and serve away. And that's how you do it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple recipe. Now, using red or white potatoes is better for this sort of thing, particularly mashed potatoes, because their skins are softer. They can be mashed more easily than if you use the baking potato, which has, if you notice, a much thicker skin. And so you'll just save yourself some time and energy if you use the white or red potatoes. There's a tasty side dish for you, or whatever your Thanksgiving feasts are going to be. So now let's talk about some ways that you can have some healthy snacks around that people will enjoy. And find tasty, but also won't endanger their health. So, now these are things that taste good. A lot of times, people put out vegetables like celery sticks and carrot sticks and whatnot. People don't particularly find tasty. So here are some snack ideas. You can use seasonal fruit, like you can find bananas, strawberries, whatever you can find, and add some yogurt, maybe add a little flaxseed to it. Now, also, you should have on hand some of those whole grain crackers. They're much easier to find these days than they ever were before. But you want whole grains and high fiber. And you might have some salmon, smoked salmon. You can find in those little packages, or even some of it's canned, but the packaged ones tend to be a little bit special. And some cheese, whatever cheese you like. Raw and toasted nuts are a great snack to have around. Almonds and that sort of thing. Very healthy. And you could have some cucumber or carrot slices if you like, and perhaps a dip made from hummus, if you enjoy hummus. Now, hard-boiled eggs are a good source of omega-3, and you can do a sprinkle with some paprika, make it tasty, spicy. And of course, if you need to have vegetables on hand, you can have the vegetables in some yogurt. So those are some healthy snacks that you can use during your holiday celebration. That won't damage your guests' health. And do things that they'll enjoy, I think. Alright, one last thing for our Thanksgiving episode here. How to keep your teeth and gums healthy. So, after all that eating, you'll want to make sure that your teeth and gums are in good shape.